toxic people in your circle were distorting your actions and making you question your own memory of events. You were the one being called difficult or confusing by individuals who relied on the fact that most social interactions happen in the dark without any record. But recently, a definitive piece of evidence came to light, a clear, undeniable record of what actually happened within your own space. And it has completely dismantled the lies that were being used to keep you suppressed. The people who were so confident in their manipulation are now facing a reality that they can no longer twist to suit their needs. It is a grounded, relatable victory for anyone who has ever been gaslit, as the simple truth has emerged to act as a judge and jury for your character. The shock on their faces isn't just about being caught. It is about the realization that they can no longer control how the world perceives you or the situation you were forced into. Watching the shift in the room when the facts become undeniable is like seeing a complex puzzle suddenly fall into place without any effort. You spent so much energy trying to explain your side, only to be met with blank stares or further accusations from those who benefited from your confusion. Now, because of a permanent record that doesn't have an agenda or a bias, the truth has spoken for you in a way that your voice never could. This isn't about some high-tech surveillance or a complex trap. It is about the simple reality that when people show their true colors in a space where they think nobody is watching, they eventually leave a trail. The individuals who were trying to play games with your reputation are now reeling because their version of the story has been exposed as a complete fabrication. You stayed classy by not engaging in the back and forth drama. And that patience has paid off because the evidence did all the heavy lifting for you. You are no longer the one on the defense. You are the one standing on solid ground, while the manipulators are left scrambling to find a new excuse that nobody is going to believe. There is a profound sense of relief that comes when you realize you no longer have to carry the burden of proof for your own integrity. You have lived through a period where toxic people tried to make you the villain of your own story, using your kindness as a weapon against you. But now that the objective reality has been revealed, those same people are forced to confront the dark parts of their own behavior that they thought would stay hidden forever. This experience is a powerful reminder that while people can lie, the patterns of their behavior eventually become impossible to hide. You move with a certain level of stillness now, because you know that you don't have to shout to be heard. You just have to stay consistent and let the facts do the talking. This grounded approach to conflict is what sets you apart from the reactive crowd, and it has earned you a level of respect that 1,000 arguments could never achieve. You are the strategist who stayed quiet and let the truth catch up to the lies, and the result is a total restoration of your peace of mind. The reaction from the community has been one of total disbelief, as they finally see the contrast between what they were told and what actually occurred. Many people who were neutral or even slightly suspicious of you are now realizing how deeply they were being manipulated by the toxic elements in the group. This realization has created a rift that the liars cannot bridge, as their credibility has been shattered by a single, unfiltered look at the truth. You haven't had to act like a mastermind to get this result. You just had to be the person who had the foresight to protect their own environment from those who don't respect boundaries. This is a very relatable form of self-defense for anyone dealing with shady characters who act one way to your face and another way behind your back. By having a clear record of the events that took place at your home or in your private life, you have effectively ended a war that you never wanted to fight in the first place. You are moving forward with a clean slate, while those who tried to smudge your name are now the ones covered in the mess of their own making. If you look at the way the hierarchy has reorganized itself, you can see that you have moved to a position of undeniable authority simply by being the most honest person in the situation. The manipulators are now the ones who feel confused and isolated, as the social capital they built on lies has completely evaporated overnight. You stay classy by not gloating or seeking revenge, which only serves to highlight the massive difference in character between you and them. You are the same grounded person you were before the truth came out, but the weight of your presence has increased because everyone now knows you are someone who cannot be easily fooled or intimidated. This elevation is permanent because it is based on a foundational reality that cannot be argued away. You have proven that your self-improvement and your dedication to the truth are not just concepts, but a way of life that protects you even when you aren't actively defending yourself. The silence from the other side is the greatest apology you could ever receive, as it signals that they have finally run out of ways to lie. Think about the mental energy you are going to save now that you aren't constantly trying to figure out how to prove you were right. That weight has been lifted off your shoulders, allowing you to focus on the things that actually matter for your future and your personal growth. You have successfully navigated a toxic landscape and come out the other side with your reputation not just intact, but strengthened by the fire you went through. This is a gangster level of victory because it was achieved through discipline and a refusal to fold under the pressure of a false narrative. You are a strategist of your own life, and you have taught everyone around you that trying to play games with you is a losing proposition. This grounded sense of security is what allows you to move with such confidence now. You know that as long as you stay real, the truth will always have your back. You have turned a moment of potential disaster into a milestone of total self-mastery, leaving the world in a state of shock at your resilience. The reality of your current situation is that you have created a protective barrier around your peace that toxic people will now think twice before trying to breach. They have seen that you aren't a doormat and that you have the means to expose their behavior if they push you too far. This isn't about being threatening. It is about being a person of substance who values their own boundaries enough to document them. You stay relatable by continuing to be the approachable and helpful person you've always been, but there is now a subtle to your character that commands a different level of respect. This shift in how people perceive you is the natural result of you finally standing up for yourself in a way that leaves no room for debate. You are the strategist who let the noise of the world fade away, while you focused on the evidence of your own life, and that focus has paid off in the most satisfying way possible. You are moving into a new chapter where the old games no longer apply, and that freedom is the ultimate reward for your integrity. Most people spend their lives being confused by the motivations of others. But you have reached a level of clarity where you can see through the manipulation before it even begins. This experience has sharpened your intuition and made you a specialist in reading human behavior, which is a royal asset in any social or professional setting. You stay classy by using this knowledge to help others avoid the same traps you fell into, becoming a source of logic and stability for your peers. The people who were once clashing over your reputation are now unified in their respect for how you handled the situation. And that consensus is the strongest foundation you could ask for. You have won the game of character by simply refusing to lower your standards to match those who were trying to drag you down. This grounded form of success is much more lasting than any temporary win gained through deceit, and it has placed you in a category of your own. Looking forward, you can see that your path is much clearer now, that the people who were trying to obstruct it have been removed from the equation. You have effectively hacked the social system by being the most observant and honest person in the room. And that is a victory that will continue to provide dividends for years. You don't need to look over your shoulder because you have already proven that the truth is the most powerful ally you can have. This strategist mindset is what will keep you at the top of your game as you continue to build a life that is based on real actions and undeniable results. You are the one they can't play because you have the receipts for every move you've made, and your character is too solid to be shaken by a rumor or a lie. This self-improvement journey has reached a high point, and the world is finally starting to see the quiet power you've been cultivating all along by simply staying true to yourself. Ultimately, you have learned that the best way to handle a toxic narrative